Welcome to another episode of the Opinions Podcast. I'm Bobby B with the opinions you want to hear, and I'm here with my main man.
What it do, man? This Los Hurt. In my humble opinion, what's going down?
And today we have one of the Houston Grace. We have Sean Gay from that historical Houston Madison 85 state championship team. Mr. Sean, welcome to the Opinions Podcast, brother.
How you doing today?
Man, good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Likewise. Thanks for you being on, brother.
Well, let's get straight into it, man. That 85 team, that undefeated team. Tell us a little bit about that team and tell us what made that team so great in your opinion.
I mean, we played together for a good period of time. High IQ, uh, pretty much same height. Players can defend and play offense. Just a group of guys that knew the game of basketball.
Gotcha. What area was y'all most of your teammates from? Where'd y'all come up at back in those days?
That's that. I mean, mostly Herm Clark, but we had Tony Gatlin, who came from Third Ward, Gary McGee, who came from over there by Worthing High School. So we had a kind of a mixture I can ride. Oh, thanks. Yeah, mixture of people from different places.
Gotcha.
So when you say y'all played together a long time, where did y'all start playing ball? Like where did y'all come up at? Like, what was the first start of y'all basketball playing together?
Well, that was the first year they had ninth grade integrated into the high school. So most of us played together for at least, 2 to 3 years. Like Tony played JV basketball as a freshman, as a ninth grader. Most of us played ninth grade ball as freshmen. So we kind of gelled together, during those 4 years we was at Madison.
So when y'all came, my bad, B. Go ahead, B.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, you say you played freshman ball as a ninth grader.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in Houston consider you one of the top high school basketball players to come out. So, at what age or what grade level you think you really came, out your shell to develop to be one of those top varsity players in your opinion?
I can't answer that question. I mean, that's up to the eyes of the beholders. I really can't say on that end. When when I bloomed, as they say. Most people probably would say my 10th grade year playing varsity. We played against Worthing. I hit a last second shot. Other people who knew me saw me at the park every day just playing.
10th grade year. What you average on varsity 10th grade year? Do you recall?
No, I don't recall that. I wasn't the one that kept up with my scoring average. I just wanted to win games.
Square business.
That's a great
Let me
mindset
ask
right
you
there.
this, OG.
Yes, sir.
Clear this up for us, because I seen in some of our comments. At that time in high school, did you guys have a 3-point line or no?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay.
Mm.
About what point in your career did that 3-point line come, when you were in college or after you finished?
Yeah, I think that was in my second year of college or something like that around that time.
Okay.
Back in those days, before the 3-point line, were y'all shooting those deep shots, or were coaches opposed to shooting them deep? Or like, how did it go back in those days?
I mean, if you made it, it was good. If you if you missed them, it was you can't take those shots. The game of basketball is high percentage. You won't take your high percentage shot. So we did shoot outside, but I ain't gonna say we was shooting like Steph Curry. But like I said, we were ninth graders, sophomores, and juniors. But we were shooting deep for as a three. Yes.
Let me ask you
Give
this,
us.
OG.
Hello.
My bad. Let me ask you this. Back in those times, the ball handling skills, the whoop-de-doo layup, stuff like that. Was guys doing that in your time or no?
I mean, the ball handling skills always been there. It's just a call for the right situation. We had a guy that was that was pretty fancy with the ball. I mean, but of course, if you're out there turning the ball over and whatnot, then you can't use that. So I mean, we had that. I had that, but it wasn't really called for because the thing that you got to understand is it was real physical back then. So you up here herky jerky and all that stuff there, and they bump you the wrong way or the right way, you lose the ball, lose your balance. So you had to get by that person because they had hands on you.
Yeah. It wasn't a hand check back then. You could put two hands, elbows, everything on you back then, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They
Yeah.
did all that push you, all that bump you when you came down the lane. Uh, it was everything was a go besides just a straight up flagrant foul.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Outside of your teammates, who were some of the tough high school opponents you had to go against that you could recognize that had game back in those days?
I mean, you could go through a list of people that had game. At every high school they had somebody that had tough games. So, I mean, it was just depending on what area you was living in and who you came across that night. I mean, basketball back then was real everyday uh, hoopers. Like I said, it wasn't no district that wasn't not up to par.
Right.
Every district we had was a pretty good fight that night.
Well,
Let
who
me
were
ask you.
some of the top
Well,
prospects back
okay.
then?
Well,
Like some,
okay. Wheatley had Eddie Kombo, one of the top 100 players. Of course, before me, you had Godin, you had Rob Williams, which a lot of people forget about. You had Calvin Holcomb, Ricky Winslow, uh,
Mm.
Elmer Bennett. Who am I? I'm missing Eddie. Fred Demerson, uh, Mookie. I
Okay.
mean, Smokey at Laporte. So like I say, Chris Morris and Sam Houston. You had a lot of players that came through that were good in HISD at that time. Got to
sweet.
understand, HISD was the largest district. It wasn't like it is today, where a lot of people live in the suburb. Everybody lived in the city of Houston, the inner city, and you had to play every night for the most part.
Did y'all get a chance to run across the schools in A-Leaf at that time, Elsica Hastings?
They were just coming in. Wait, how many you got? They were just coming in into existence. A Leaf was, so I think we played them. Memorial was coming up. Uh, yeah, so you had some good schools that was coming in that was young. Really Ridge was on the outskirts. They were coming up under us. So we played them in the early part of their existence.
Okay, that's live.
OG, you got some. OG, I want to ask you about your recruitment. Like, how was your recruitment? What type of offers you have, and what made you commit to Texas Tech?
I had family members. I'm coming from a single parent home, but I was recruited by pretty much everyone. Uh, but I wanted to stay close to home, and I had family up in Lubbock at that time.
Okay, okay. Hey, getting out there in Lubbock, what was some of your freshman struggles, if any? Because I seen you started most of the games your freshman year. So how was that process? Did you start out starting, or did you have to earn that starting role? How did that go?
No, I had to earn that starting role. They were kind of big on not starting freshmen. I guess because of my talent, I came through and they had to put me in there. Uh, so it is what it is. My style of play might not have set well during that time, but we made it work.
What was your style of play? Talk to me.
Uh, uh, I mean, it doesn't matter. I can run and gun. I can shoot. I can play half court. I was more of a scoring guard um, back then, and even now. Like I said. So I mean, I guess who do you compare? Gary Payton. I played against him. More of that type of player. You know, but back
Okay,
then
so
they
you was
wanted. Go ahead.
you was a point guard.
Yeah, I was a point guard.
Okay,
Six three
I
point
don't
guard.
know for the people. I want them to know. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They
six
hear the
three
name,
point
they don't
guard.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 6'3" point guard. Handle the ball. Uh, and get it down the floor. Can defend. Plus I can play the two, some three. Depending on who we playing.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
OG, what nowadays they got NIL, all these type of deals, right? Back
Yeah.
then, was there any extra perks going on to try to help college coaches secure they prospect?
Hold on now. Let me hold on. What you say again? Let me get that. Repeat that right quick.
I say nowadays they got NIL for these kids, right? All type of money packages and things that they could do to help secure prospects.
Right.
What type of deals? What type of leeway were they doing to try to help get prospects back in those days?
None. None.
None.
You weren't allowed to do nothing. You had to go get a Pell Grant or something like that. But far as NIL like it is today, no sir.
But I'm saying like nothing under the table,
I mean it's always stuff under the table, but I don't know who got it.
right?
Yeah. You don't know who got it though. Say it
Yeah.
Hey,
wasn't
well,
you. Or they didn't
hey,
give it to
y'all
you.
superstars don't buzz, man. Y'all superstars don't buzz, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cold
Los,
right
Los,
there.
what you get under the table, Los?
I ain't getting nothing either. I don't know who did. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. I like y'all brothers, man.
So OG, let
OG,
me ask you this. What was you a facilitator also? I heard you say you was a scorer. At that point guard spot, was you known for facilitating too, or you more was, you gonna get to it?
No, I was a facilitator. I mean, I think I'm still in the books for assists, steals. Might be in the top 10 rebounding. I know I was in the top 10 in scoring, so I still have several records that hold a day at Tech.
At
okay.
Tech.
Yo, you got one record, if I'm not mistaken. You're the only player that had over 15. This still stands over 1,500 points. Should I want to say 300 and some assists? I mean, 300 rebounds, and I think 125 steals. I think that record is still held to this day. Only players to hit that many different categories.
Well, I mean, uh, ooh, that was a good play. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, you probably would know it better than I do, because like I said, I don't really look at those things. The last time I um evaluated up there, I mean, when I went and got inducted to the Tech Hall of Fame, they had some numbers up there. With Emmitt Smith, uh, we talked about the numbers. Like I explained to him, if I would have had a coach more offensive minded, like he did with Coach Knight, I think I'd have put the scoring record out of reach. But I had a defensive minded coach.
Mm.
And you were 3 year all conference defensive team, first team all conference, man. Did that start your freshman year? Or that was sophomore year on out.
I'm not even sure. That's something that like I said, I'm not big on accolades. I'm just trying to whatever the team needs or needed at that time. I was just trying to make a win. I mean, the thing that I really remember is I was the only guy out of Texas that was invited to the Olympic Festival that they had for the top coming freshmen and sophomores. Uh, we played with J.R. Reed, Rex Chapman, and all them. I was the only guy to go to the Olympic trials. I mean, Pan American trials the next year. And out of the Southwest Conference, it was only three of us that went to the Olympic trial. So I take pride in that, considering all the guys we had come through the state of Texas and throughout collegiate basketball. So I think that was, I take pride in that.
That's dope. That's dope. Is your relationship with the folks at Texas Tech still okay, or you really don't got no contact with them? How that work?
Yeah, I really don't uh, have too much contact with them. I mean, I'm not on bad terms. I just I don't visit Lubbock much. My home is Houston. Uh,
Yeah.
so everything I do is in Houston.
Okay. Was the NBA on the table at that time? Did you stay out for Texas Tech? How did that process work for you?
Well, I mean, it was pretty good. I just had some I ain't gonna say unfortunate. This class with my head coach and some things happened that I don't really discuss that kind of prevented me from getting drafted. I mean, if people remember, I was projected to go late first, early second, but I didn't go to the Portsmouth. I was invited to Portsmouth, didn't even go to there. Through some uh, I don't want to say technicalities. It's me and the coach. We just didn't see eye to eye during that period of time.
OG. Now you said you was invited to what? What was it called?
Portsmouth. That's where
I've been to
all the top,
Portsmouth. Yeah.
yeah, all the top coming out seniors that would go invited to a game. It's invitation only, so
Yeah.
only the top players could go. It wasn't like you can just walk in. No, you had to be invited through a letter. And like I said, unfortunately, me and my coach got into it, and I didn't go.
But you was invited though.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's go back to college. What was some of the most memorable games? Like if you and your partners y'all hanging around talking and they ask you about one of those great matchups and how you perform a big game, what's one of those games that come to mind?
Uh, Ooh, I mean, we always had some good games. Against Arkansas, uh, Texas. BMW Group. Uh, SMU. Like I said, it was a battle the whole. Oh wow, you got to understand. Back then, the Southwest Conference was a guard conference. If you was 6'10", you was automatically going pro. But the guards had to fight every night. Michael Williams, we battled. Like I said, I can name a list of every night. Like I said, you talking about good guard play in the Southwest Conference. Excellent guard play.
Yeah. That's live.
Did you train back in those days to work on your game or build your confidence, or y'all just played at the parks in the neighborhood? Like what was the thing to get better, back then?
Well, my growing up was I had some older guys that taught me how to play ball. And so I kind of worked on live defense, worked on how a person is going to play me, how they going to defend me on this here. So I worked on my game. I guess that bring it to the IQ of the basketball game, to knowing what situation is going to happen and what can they do and stuff like that. So I worked on my game. I can't speak for other people, but I think that brings into today's IQ because now what defenses are trying to do to you, and you can counter it.
So when you say you worked on your game, like you had guys that you would train like different scenarios with, or you just saying you worked on yours on the 5-on-5?
I worked on mine on a 5-on-5.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, 5-on-5. I mean, because we was always constantly going to play places. That's one thing about Houston. You can be on this side of town. You can go down to Fundy, or you can go to a high school and play. They had open gyms, so we were just trying to get run into, keep our skills together.
Talk about the Fundy a little bit back in those days. Were you able to play in there, just watch? How was it back then when you were playing ball?
Well, when I started playing at Fundy, it was pretty much when I was out of college. So once I got out of college, I started playing in the Fundy. Uh, and I mean, you had everybody in Houston that was up there playing in Fundy. It wasn't. If you can play, you was at Fundy. Uh, if you couldn't play, you couldn't get on the court at Fundy. Uh, it's very simple. I mean, you have the other guys who they have one side that's open for I don't want to say I'm just daily play. They can go over there and hoop. But then once the pros came in, we pulled the curtain down and they played. So learned a lot at Fundy. Uh, hey,
Seven.
yeah, learned a lot at Fundy. So
Yeah.
it was a good run. And the
Yeah.
pro-am came in. The pro-am really kicked off around that time too. Back in 89, 89, 90, the pro-am was real big. It had kicked off and it was real strong. You had a lot of pros coming from out of town to play in it as well.
Gotcha.
If you could recall some of those pros at that time during that era, because it was different eras, like what were some of the ones that was playing at the Fundy around the time you were going there witnessing or playing?
Well, you had Chris Morris, you had Vernon Maxwell, you had Sleepy, Kenny Smith, Alan Level, all the Houston guys at that time. Uh, like I said, Cadillac Anderson, a lot of people from Houston, played in.
A lot of the Houston Rockets were playing that Fondy back then.
Yes.
The older stuff, I don't ever hear nobody say older stuff played at the Fundy, but I know I used to see them around town and they leave a few times at
Well,
Bennigan's.
Otis will play, here and there. It's not like you had to play in the Fundy. You
Right.
Right.
just you play when you wanted to get a good run in. Uh, work out. Like a king will come down there and play. Every blue moon. It wasn't like they were down every day. The guys who were down every day was pretty much, you know, trying to state their name. Trying to state their claim. Just trying to, and plus get a good workout. Cause like I said, that's where the top talent was at.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, since you retired, have you ever got into some coaching or training the youth? What you walked away from it, you just walked away from it, man.
Yeah and no. I mean, I tried it for a little bit. It has to be the right situation. Uh, for as training. I work for the city of Houston, so we have a couple of rules and regulations that I have to abide by. But yeah, I tried it. It's okay. You have to deal with more of the parents these days than anything. And I'm not with that because, like I tell most of the kids, you're not half as good as I was, and I listen. Y'all coming up here don't want to listen, um, thinking you're gonna tell me what you can do. You 16 and the biggest kid out there, and don't want to get on the block. I just can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to win the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So you were
Absolutely.
coaching too? You were training and coaching?
Yeah, I did. I did a little bit both over my time. Got to understand. I've been away from basketball uh, at least 20 years, 20
Okay.
plus years, really. I went back to Tech and finished up my degree in '07 and '09. So I hadn't really been active with basketball since.
Do you watch it?
I watch it. I watch it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I watch it. Depending on, what's happening. I
Yeah.
watch pros pretty much, after football season. I go to a couple high school games with some friends. With the city, it's more of I like helping the kids out, helping the kids that's less fortunate that might not get a chance to play or just love the game. So that's where I'm at right now in my life, just trying to show them what that game can do for them.
Sweet.
Over the years, any high school players that kind of caught your attention? Not to say who's the best or this or that, but just over the years, like where this guy, was good enough to be talked about or mentioned.
Uh, I really couldn't tell you. But I really couldn't tell you on that aspect of it. Golly. Now
Yeah,
because
he said, I
I
can't tell
don't watch
you,
it like
bro.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I hear guys talk about this player. I'm good friends with Eddie Kombo. He go to the games and they talk about high school players and stuff like that. There, but as far as myself, nah.
Got
And
it.
Eddie Combo have a AAU organization because Snap and Pee Wee say they started playing with him, Los.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he had it. He's not doing it anymore. He's just working with the city. Uh,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, okay.
well, tell us, in your eyes, man, run us down on Mr. Eddie Combo game, man. We hear so much about him, but in your eyes, describe his game for the people who never had opportunities to see the great Mr. Eddie.
Well, I'm gonna do something better. I'm gonna let him describe it.
Come on with it, man.
Oh, hold up.
Hey,
We got
Oh
him.
man,
We got him. What's
yes
going
sir.
on, Chief?
ain't nothing. How y'all doing?
All
Man,
right, how you
hanging in
doing?
there, man.
I'm
Honor to
great.
meet y'all boys, man. Honor to meet y'all, man. Honor to meet y'all men. My bad.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Right,
Yes, sir.
business.
Yes,
So
Yeah.
sir.
we hear so much about your game, right?
Yes, sir.
We didn't have the privilege of being able to see you play. Uh, describe your game for the people who never had that opportunity.
Uh, well, I could score in multiple ways: off the dribble, bite up, off screens. I was kind of physical, so I could go post. So I could do it many ways.
Okay, and remind the people, the youngsters, in that case, what high school you attended out here in Houston.
I went to Phyllis Wheatley High School.
Okay, okay.
Feeling sweet.
Yeah.
Now, Los, I want
Yeah.
to ask this question, Los.
Yeah.
Now, that press, right? That Whitley press, right?
Yeah.
Man, give us some intel about that press, and how it had y'all running the gun and how y'all was able to utilize that to build y'all brand.
Man, really, that press was predicated on our conditioning. You know, uh, I didn't have to do all the running because I played football, but we get on the track for about 2 months, and every Friday you gonna make 5 runs off campus. And first you probably start from Wheatley to Cashmere, then from Wheatley to Busch Garden, or Wheatley to Clinton Park, Wheatley to Hawthorne, and then Wheatley to the Astrodome. And that
Damn.
pretty much. So we
Hold on,
was we was mostly
wait,
in better
Wheatley
shape
to
than
the
everybody.
Astrodome.
Huh?
Y'all ran from Wheatley to the Astrodome.
Yeah, and back. Yeah,
God,
and if
Yeah,
you
back.
and Mr. Carr didn't care how good you was, if you didn't run, you wasn't gonna play. And if you missed the day, one day you had to make up for two. Hey man, my mama just died. I got to go to her funeral Friday. Okay, go on to the funeral. We're gonna send her some flowers. But when you come back, you got to make 2 days up.
Yeah.
hey man, that's that old school. That's what these kids missing nowadays, man.
Yeah,
Shoot, you
yeah,
make you make them try to suicide. They damn near go quit.
yeah. They don't want to be pushed. They don't
Uh,
want to be. That, that,
How was
that,
how was y'all season at Wheatley? One of y'all better season at Wheatley, and who were some of your teammates that make that
so
made that season
remember after
pretty?
Sean them in '85 went to state, we went to state in '86, and I had a couple of guys off my team played in the NFL. Willie Williams, they called him Top Cat. Canavis McGee played in the NFL. Had another guy, Isaiah Davis. He went to play at Southwest Louisiana. And that was pretty much it. Yeah.
So you
Well,
said y'all went to state the year after John
Yeah.
Madison
Yeah.
and went? Okay.
Yeah. We lost to Kimber in the semis.
Got you. Kimber. Okay. Who they
who
had?
was some
Dallas
of
Kimber.
the
I remember
players on
them. Who they
that
had?
team?
They had Leonard Perry, Roderick Hampton. Uh, that was pretty much the guys y'all would know.
You got okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I see y'all boys kick back over there, man. Y'all on the dominoes?
Yeah, man. It's a pastime hobby for us.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Mr. Kombo,
Yeah.
how was your recruitment and what college did you go to out of high school?
So my recruitment was kind of crazy. I played in the All-American game, the Dapper Dan, which is the Jordan game now. And pretty much I got offered by pretty much everybody in the country. You know, John Thompson visited my house, Lou Cornasaka, Jim Vapine, Talk. You know, if you name them, Nolan Richardson, I had them all in the house.
So the McDonald's
And
All
what,
American game came right in between that time when
No, it was so the Dapper Dan was first. Magic Johnson then played in the first McDonald's All American. That was the first one. I didn't make the
okay.
McDonald's. I made the Dapper Dan, which
Diaper, oh,
in that game it was Derek Coleman, Terry Mills, Stacey Ogman, Nick Anderson, Kendall Gill, uh, Scott Williams, Stevie Thompson. Mm,
and
mhm.
what you do in this game, Mr. Shaw? I mean, Mr. Eddie?
Oh, I won the MVP. Yeah.
Well, business.
talk to us,
Yeah,
man.
let
Yes, sir.
me
Yes,
got you.
sir. MVP of the whole that game with all those players you just named. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what university did you commit to?
I went to San Jack first, then I went to University of Houston.
Okay.
Okay.
Who was your coach at San Jack?
Ronnie Arrow.
If you don't mind me asking, what was one of the reasons for transferring to Houston?
Huh?
If you don't mind us asking, what was one of the reasons that you transferred to the University of Houston?
Well, you know, San Jack was a junior college, so you go there 2 years,
Oh, okay.
and then you know you transfer after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, you
Actually-
know that, boy. What you talking
Yeah.
about? You know that.
Right, Lois, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here. I don't know why he said San Jack, but I translated Sam Houston. It's in my head.
Oh,
You
not
see that?
San Houston. No.
Okay.
true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was another player over there with you at San Jack that transferred D with you?
Well, Moses Scurry and David Butler, they was on that UNLV national championship team, and Lindsey Howell, he played at Arkansas. He was in the Final Four that year. Boo Harvey, Michael Porter, they both went to St. John's. A guy named Greg Bent, he went to Providence. You know, all our guys went. Most of them, 90% of them went Division One.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Mr. Eddie,
Sweet, man.
quick question. What
Yeah.
do you think of the high school basketball now compared to your day?
Well, you know, they got more publicity. They get more, you know, they especially Texas, and we didn't have AAU, so they get to be seen a lot more than we did when I was in school. And the difference is we honed our skills by going play basketball. Today, you know, they got trainers when they in the 4th grade. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They don't even play outside.
No,
Yeah, that,
they play against cones.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, they play
I
against.
have a question. What was the a pro and con about you having your AAU grassroots organization?
Well, the bad part, and it really wasn't that bad because I had some great parents. But dealing with the parents, that was the good part was about it. I was able to help a lot of kids. You
Right.
know, I was blessed to help a lot of kids. So that was the great part about it. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, we heard that you had a nice hold on some young fellas. We had the pleasure of meeting little Pee Wee from out of Yates.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, man.
man,
Yeah, yeah.
about half of that Yates team played for my AAU organization.
Okay,
Actually, my first high school coaching job, I coached with Greg Wise when he was at Jeff Davis.
Okay.
okay,
Yeah,
okay. Did y'all have a nice
Sweet.
squad?
yeah. We went to the second round of the playoff. We had a good team. We had Carl Crawford that
Oh,
went and
okay.
played Major League Baseball. He was on the team. Yeah. So
I heard Carl hoop. I heard he hooped too, though. Yeah,
yeah, he was
yeah,
pretty good. He was pretty
yeah.
good.
Did
That's
Yeah,
y'all
yeah.
see him being the guy that he is today at a young age, Mr. Eddie?
Yes. Actually, I'm gonna tell you something. He was a hell of a football player too. Hell of a. Actually, out of high school, he originally signed with Nebraska in football, but he got the reason he didn't go in the first round because they wasn't baseball team wasn't sure if he was gonna come. He went in the second round. He took that contract, and but what he did that wasn't surprising, man. Yeah, hell of an athlete,
What
yes, sir.
position he played in football, Mr. Eddie?
quarterback.
Quarterback?
Damn.
Yeah. Actually, he was considered when he came out. He was considered the best option quarterback in the country. Yeah, and you know
Okay.
Nebraska's running option then.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that's all
So
right.
yeah, he good guy too. Good guy.
Yeah.
What other good games you can leave us with, man? Leave us some, us little young dumb punks with some more game, man.
What kind of cigar is that, OG? Mr.
Huh?
Mr. Eddie, what kind of cigar is that?
Oh, this here LFD.
LSD.
Maduro.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Los, that's
Y'all
something your
see
baby
what they
man
man.
say before.
Yeah. Big big boss players, man. Y'all better tap in and see what they man. That's all right there, man. That's all right. Now we want to give you your flowers though, if you don't
Man,
mind.
thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Yes,
really
sir.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We gonna get Mr. Gay at the end because we still got him. But while we
Yeah.
got you on here though, man, nothing but the utmost respect for y'all. I mean for you foremost, putting it down for the city and putting it down for the city of Houston where we weren't known for basketball like that. Far as I know. When I was
Yeah.
coming up, we weren't known for basketball like that, and y'all one of the first to put the city on the map when it comes to basketball. We was always a football state, far as I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, he know I wouldn't have weed. Yeah. Yeah, so man, I appreciate everything, man, and y'all doing a great job, man. Y'all keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right.
So let me
Appreciate
do
it.
this. So you from Fifth Ward, right?
Yes, sir. Born
Okay,
and
sweet.
raised. Kelly
Okay,
Court.
just
Kelly Court. You
Yeah.
heard him. You heard him,
Yeah.
square,
boy. Yes, sir.
square
Yeah.
business. That's history right there, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Mr. Eddie.
All right. Here goes Sean.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey man, you come with treats and all, man. You throwing bonus packages on the show, man. Hey, we
Yeah, man.
appreciate that,
No,
man.
Yeah.
no problem. No problem. We just hanging out and trying to play a little dominoes, smoke a couple of cigars. And
Well,
see what's going on.
hey, so all y'all youngsters, man, this is how you gotta chill like an old school player, man. You gotta be laid back, out the way, not causing no problems. You know what I'm saying? But dropping some good game.
Yeah. Yeah. Might want to get a head start on that for sure. Yeah, yeah, for
So,
real.
Mr. John, what type of game can you leave on us, man? Drop some game. Give us some knowledge, some things that the people need to know that we're not really hip to.
Well, I mean, knowledge I can tell y'all that y'all don't already know. The only thing that I say is when I listen to these podcasts, a lot of people tell me about these podcasts. They come and ask me a question about the greatest players that come to Houston. Uh, you know, what you mentioned earlier about the handles and stuff like that there. I think a lot of people dealing with the podcast kind of forget. I think basketball was just really played from the 95 on up. They forget about the history. Uh, the one thing they talk about the top high school, uh, the South High School, the high school player. I mean, come on, man, put that down there. Put that down. The top high school players that come through. Give me 10. That come through Houston. But you gonna pay. You got to add the 85 Madison team. A lot of people from Yates or whatnot, they want to overlook it and just say, oh, well, oh, well, they, we'll give them that. But like I tell people is, for us to have a great team, you got to have great players. So now I don't care if you pick me or somebody else on our team, you still got to mention one of our great players.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's the only thing that I can really say about the knowledge of the game. Don't exclude the old school because, like I said, there was a lot of stuff that the way we played that made it easier for the guys today.
Right.
Like I said, with the hand checking and all that stuff, you know, uh, they did that. They understand it. Derek Harper, they cut out hand checking out the league because he was taking people to the restroom with the hand checking. We freed it up. You understand what I'm saying? So if you don't have that physical play, then it leads it to the game today to where I'm allowed to shake and bake and do what I want to do with the ball. And I think a lot of people forget that lead is crazy. A lot of people forget that. So that's the only thing I want to say. For us that don't forget about that '85 Madison team. Um, we had great players on there. We had Tony Gatlin, Gary McGee, uh, Wendell Neals, Ivan Jones. That's Sid Williams, Sid Brown. We had at least 4 guys that go Division 1. But when you talk to everybody else, they forget about that. And I just don't understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That,
guess what? We're gonna make sure they hear about this and we're gonna post this clip. We're gonna throw it out there and we're gonna educate them just like y'all are educating us now. Cause my boy Steve Marsh here around our age, he got on my ass in the DM. He like, hey man, y'all disrespectful with Harm Clark and that 85 team. And I would say, see, my bad, I didn't know. You
Right.
know
I
what
didn't
I'm
know.
saying? To be honest, yeah.
Yeah,
So this is some good game for the ones who don't know, who weren't educated. We're gonna try to make sure we pumping some of the right things in people's vein with basketball information.
No
yes, sir.
problem. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Now I want to. I only got a few more questions, but I want to ask you this: if you were able to play in today's game with all those shake and wiggle they're allowing, man, what type of numbers you think you putting up there, man?
I tell everybody this here. If they allow me to play in today's game, I think with my numbers that I put at Tech, I go first round. That's a
Right.
triple double. So with the numbers that I put up at Tech that's still holding to this day, I think I'm a first rounder, hands down.
I,
Sweet.
I have to agree with that, Jack. I have to agree with that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
uh, Mr. Sean, it's some kids out here. I know Los always say Los had a good trajectory where he had a path to the NBA. Sound like you and Mr. Eddie pretty much had the same thing. Um, for whatever reasons, things didn't work out that way. What advice can you give somebody who might have that trajectory to make sure that they able to connect all those dots and to be able to accomplish that ultimate goal?
I mean, you got to understand it's you can do all you can. You can prepare. You got to understand that. I made the All Star team, CBA, GBA, everywhere I played. It wasn't for the lack of trying. It's just if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. You understand? Got to understand. There's only so many NBA players they gonna have on the team. Uh, so you have to understand that. You just have to be satisfied in what you're doing. That's why I'm content. When I walked away from the game, I know I gave it my all. Let's move on to the second life. I'm
Absolutely.
enjoying myself. Uh, enjoying myself. Content with what I did. I didn't make it for a stint to to sustain a 15 10-year contract, like NBA contract. But I am happy in what I did. When you talk to other people that played in the league, that came around or were coming up during my time, they will tell you, or as he was a player. Some might say he should have made this team, made that team, but I have no remorse on that. So just keep your head up, do what you can do, and try to just make it work.
That's why
Yes, sir.
y'all over there living good like that, man. I can tell y'all, you know what I'm saying, you at peace with whatever happened, man. Both of y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting there myself. So I can
Yeah,
relate to that. That's the main
yeah,
thing that I heard from that message right there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, be content with how things worked out. If you
yeah,
harp
that's
on it,
it.
yeah, yeah. That can get bad for you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's it. Like I said, we're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna enjoy life. Uh, like I tell everybody, just do what you can do. Give it 100%. It's over with. Have fun.
Yes, sir.
3-3 ain't. That's it.
You got anything else for OG Los?
The only thing I got, I just want to ask, could you ask Mr. Kombo, is it okay? Can we get him on the show one day? Is he willing to hop on too, like you just gave us? You know what I'm saying? The same set or whatever, it don't matter. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It'll be fine. I'm telling them it'll be fine. It'll be good.
Okay.
Yes,
Right
yes.
on.
Very
Right
good.
on.
Very
Right
good.
on.
Right.
I,
Well,
I
well,
text I text y'all his number, and then you can get in contact with him and take from there.
Yes, sir.
sweet.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sean, leave us with this. All right, we got to start tapping into some of that football high school history. Um, let's start around your era. Something you seen. What teams or what player you think we should go after that really held it down for Houston back in those days?
You talking about basketball?
No, football.
Football, I mean, you can talk to Broderick. I mean, from Madison, you can talk to Broderick Thomas, Reggie Moore. Uh, who else came through there? We had quite a few guys that come through there for us football.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
One thing I am gonna say is this: what y'all need to understand. Of course, I don't want to cut y'all Vince Young, but I'm gonna tell you one thing: Madison only got one state championship,
Hmm.
so you got to understand
Yes,
that
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
talking about in all sports?
in all sports.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
you have some individual when you're talking about track and field. Understand you had Kirk Baptiste that came through Madison.
Hmm.
Mm.
So
Mm.
you talking about just with we talking about just with basketball, football, and basketball, or whatever. Madison only had one state championship,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of disappointed on Madison on how they don't acknowledge the old coaches. Like I said, Paul Ben and whatnot. They wanna you know honor people who do, and I'm not taking away from their accolades, but understanding you got to honor the history. Paul Ben was one of the first ones, like I said, took two teams to state. Greg Kite And then our team, they went 39-1. But none of that's been mentioned. They just trying to mention the courage stuff that, I think is watered down me because the district they're in, the talent level. So you
Mm,
can rack up wins even if you're not a great coach.
right.
So, but
Right.
then nobody's saying anything about that. Greg Kite got inducted to the Hall of Fame. Our team got inducted to the Hall of Fame. So it's just it's just like I tell everybody, more of a popularity contest. And
Let-
that's one thing I had mentioned when I was at Tech is how you have people that come through the Hall of Fame at Tech and they came after me.
mm,
There should
mm,
be some kind of criteria for us instead of a popularity contest, somebody bringing your name up.
yeah. Yeah.
You know.
You made me think about something. So nobody on that team name is in the rafters, or is that team acknowledged in the gym at all? Do they got like a banner or anything?
They don't even have a banner of our high school state championship team in there.
See?
Ah,
Yeah.
And a lot of people who played basketball don't even visit the high school team because of the coaching over there. It's a rift, and that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I can
got
relate to that a little bit. Like with far as from what my understanding, like Mr. Sean saying, like the coach that's currently there at the time, if you the head coach that's there, you could kind of orchestrate and run it how you want to run it. If the past coaches didn't do it, if you chose to do that, you can do it. If I ain't mistaken, it ain't like you gotta go through nobody. No, like if I'm the head coach of this program and I want to decide to acknowledge the '85 Madison State Championship squad, I want to get a banner here. I could be the coach to do that. From my understanding, if I'm the head coach, I'm not sure.
Correct. You can kind of orchestrate whatever you want. Like I said, you're the you're the coach. Golly, what is going on out here? You're the guy that's running. You're the guy that's running stuff.
Yeah.
So uh,
OG said, "Hold on, get that hand together, OG.
yeah.
Hold on,
I'm
get it
over here
right first.
playing.
We want to
We
hear
we
this.
pl-
Yeah, yeah."
we playing for some cigars around here. So
Yeah.
I
I
need
know
to
it's getting serious. It's getting
yeah
serious,
get a
man.
little
But
serious.
no, tell us real quick about that. The coach that's coaching at the time can kind of orchestrate that, right? If he chose to do so.
That's correct. I
Okay.
mean, I'm not like I said. I don't like the bass coaches because I understand all players, but I just do believe in you have to honor the history. They teach you to honor the history. Got to know the history to move forward.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand? You got to have some pride. You got to have something. I mean, you got to some kids be talking about being a dumb. Kids be talking about they don't know anything about 15. Anything about the history. How you not gonna know the history and you only got one state championship? You should be
right.
proud of that. Because you ain't done it. You supposed to be striving to do it.
Yeah, that's a
So it
fact.
should be a mark because that's what we trying to get. I ain't saying you're gonna strive and gonna get that 40-0 record. Win the closest win we have is 17 points. Yeah, now you may not get that, but you can strive to get a state championship. I mean, I thought that's what you're coaching for. But for
Absolutely.
not to have it nowhere in the gym, no.
Nah.
Not to honor the head coach who put it in the gym, no. To me, that's selfishness. You trying to glorify yourself. And like I said, we wasn't raised that way. Our group we was raised on let's get the win. Whoever score, whoever has the mismatch, let's move on. Like I said, and that's the way we honored. When we got inducted, all our guys were there except for the ones that had passed away. So that's the way I
You
was
talking about
brought
at
up.
Texas Tech when y'all got inducted?
Huh?
So you talking about at Texas Tech when y'all got
No,
inducted?
I'm
Everybody.
talking about for the high school Hall of Fame. Our
Oh,
team, our 40-0 team got inducted to the high school Hall of Fame too
okay,
at
okay.
HISD.
Okay, but at Madison they didn't do this though. I'm saying at that high school where y'all won, they haven't done this yet. Like honor y'all.
That's correct.
Okay.
We're gonna look into that. We're gonna try to pull some strings and see if we could
Yeah,
and see
that's
if
why
we
I'm asking, B. I want to make sure we get this clear, 'cause that's unacceptable.
we
That's
can try. I'm not
unacceptable.
saying we can, but we can at least, you know what I'm saying, check some traps and see what we could do.
I mean, you can check it. I mean, but my thing is that's up to you. Uh, I can I can really care less about it. I mean, like I said, that was yesteryear. That was another life. Just do
Yeah.
things right. You understand? That's all I'm saying.
That's
But
and that's what I'm
we want
saying.
to get it right to move forward. You know what I'm saying? We get
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
right to move forward and just let it be established. These are the type of things we need to do to keep the history rich in our own city.
As
Right.
the head coach of the team, you should. Well, I ain't talking about this coach, I'm talking about even past coaches. How y'all ain't did this? This should
Right.
already happen. This should have
Right.
happened damn near 15, 20 years ago at this point. Seriously.
Yeah.
But it
I
be,
agree with you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree
this,
with you.
yeah, yeah. So I ain't
Yeah.
just talking about this particular coach, but you can be the coach to do that though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
You doing everything else to bring light to the school.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
That okay. Okay.
Anything else you got for Mr. Sean Los?
No, I just wanted to tell him and Mr. Kombo, like I said, I nothing but the utmost respect for both of them, man. I appreciate them coming on the show and dropping these gems, just
Fact.
taking the time out, you know what I'm saying, just to give us some knowledge that we didn't know nothing about. And I'm glad we're gonna be able to get this out there so other
Right.
people that ain't as informed, I wasn't informed, they need to know what time it is. Yeah. So I appreciate both of y'all for taking y'all time out to come holler at us.
Yes, sir.
Right. I appreciate y'all having us. Uh, yeah, I appreciate y'all having us. Golly, he
Who
put us
winning
on.
that game, man? Who's winning?
It's 3-3 right now.
Oh, okay. Y'all
Okay.
best out of seven?
Who got 4? Oh, we got 4. I'm sorry, we got 4.
Oh, okay.
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 Okay. Sweet.
Well,
Well,
that's what
good.
I thought it was
I'm
supposed
hoping
to,
we
but
can give y'all a little good luck to go and win them cigars. You know what I'm talking about?
all right, then. I
Hey, thanks
appreciate
for taking that time out, man. We really appreciate you guys for sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
All
y'all
right
have a
now.
good one.
Yep.
Let me 10 domino.
Domino. Nigga. Heard.